my friends, welcome. Actually, I'm gonna sit this way. Welcome to week 3 of our poetry workshop. Yay! I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you for submitting and for being a part of this. I feel like I didn't know if this was gonna kick off or if we were gonna keep going or how this was gonna work, and I just really appreciate everyone's flexibility and joining in with me and being inspired with me. Before we get into our poems, I just wanted to let you all know, for anyone who's new or who has kind of wanted to submit but's like not really sure, our prompts are really just for inspiration if you feel like you don't have any. If you need your brain to have a jump start, that's what our prompt is for. It's for like, hey, I don't really know what I'm doing and I need some direction. But if you already have direction, if you have inspiration, or if you have a poem that you've already written in the past and you want it to be submitted, you want to hear it spoken out onto our video for our poetry workshop together, please submit. Really, the prompt is a suggestion. It is not a direction. So really just take it how you will, take it with a grain of salt, and really this is about us all coming together and being able to be creative together, and being able to hear our creativity shared. It's all about sharing. Right, Missy? I'm sharing my bench, we're sharing our words. Okay. I'm going to start off with our first poem from my little brother, Grayson. He is one of the most talented writers I know. He said, right, here's mine. I'm so sorry, it's really long and doesn't have a title. Happy face, many question marks, by Grayson. Solid title. I feel like that's a great title. Okay. Untitled, by Grayson Trevisan. I heard someone say once that when a cry is caught in your throat and you feel inside something deep but far from remote, it's time to fill a cup with coffee or tea if you're like me for the encouragement you'll inevitably need to keep going. Sit by a window, maybe feel the rain through the absence of the glass pane pushed aside or the kiss of the sun's rays. It's time. You'll know it's time, but see, when I haven't been listening to that. After just a heartbeat of doubting, debating, I've been saying to me, not yet, making excuses. Tend to the ever-growing list of things that are far more important. You're tired, and they won't see it as it is. How much you fight to get this shit on the page. Because in this age, you should be spending your limited energy on something more productive. Isn't it still destructive to distract me from the fact that it all at one time was real? And that now what I feel about it is real? This always takes a great deal. I mean, I guess on the other hand, I wasn't ready until today. The universe demanding, my brain, protective understanding, have timed this. This is the first one in a long time, if I'm honest. I suppose now is when I'm going to be, so strap yourselves in because it is not pretty. I don't remember much. My memory sucks. My recollection storage is few, next to none compared to some. But what I have is there, and I can assure you that all of them are most definitely unfair, aside from the shit I did when I should have cared. I know that's on me. But today, I think of those other things. Yeah, what about those other things? I must have been 6, 7, maybe 8 when the first shit show took place, and I know there's far more that came before, but what I can recall began with that day. It doesn't stop then. It goes on and on and on. It doesn't have an end. I haven't seen an end, at least not yet, and if they all knew, I don't think you could see an end too. I hesitate to admit that it's true that after enough persistence and friction from accepting the nonfiction, the calluses will win over the blisters, and kin who can go to hell. I hesitate because the complexity of this shit weighs heavily, at times too much. To think of the total this ever-evolving stamina has cost me, even that hurts. It doesn't care if you fall to your knees and weep, struggle to explain through your snot. It'll still see it the same. You just have to give before you get, and you don't decide when your endurance will begin, because you would have to know that you and things were different in the first place. It doesn't charge cheap. Not even for those transactions you didn't know you would be a part of, things you didn't know you would pay for, and things you didn't know you would have to pay with. Your drink is now cold, and the day is now night. Lean back in your chair and remember you are not there. In the battle of solving your world's mess, you haven't won yet, but you have something good here. Breathe in and out and tell yourself, well done. Wow. That was really intense and powerful and so much there. What did you guys think of Grayson's poem? That was extremely insightful and very mature. I don't know if anyone knows Grayson, but he's 17 and comes up with some really mature, tenured thoughts. Damn. Loved that, Grayson. Thank you. Our next poem is from an anonymous member who sent this to me through email. If you ever want your poem to be read anonymously, just put anonymous. You don't have to put your name. This is from our friend Anonymous. The past. The sun beckons me further away from my high school days, but the heartbreak lingers. It seems impossible to imagine the need to welcome the permanence of how things were. How the story is forever engraved in 100 minds, a different tale each time. I wrestle with acceptance, that mighty beast. I am not the person I once was, but forever that chapter will remain the same. The tormentor, now plagued by her dauntless ways. I can't convey this eloquently. I'm struggling to make this sound beautiful. I was so ugly. Fuck it all. Damn it to hell. I cannot repeat or retell. The hellish child you thought you knew well was haunted by demons in the depths of the night and stalked by creatures too frightening to name. Meanwhile, she had to maintain good fucking grades. My heart, shredded to pieces while clawing away at others I loved best. It's time to lay the past to rest. Oh my God. I really love that poem. I really can relate with that. I think we all have this past that we kind of need to grapple with and aren't able to reconcile. And that felt like that was just really, really hitting the nail on the head. So thank you, Anonymous. What did you guys think of Anonymous's poem? Whew, loved it. I resonated. This is called Woahink Lake by Andrew Childers. Our next poem. I've longed to float in your blue waters, to cut through you like the ospreys that soar through the air overhead, feeling your cool embrace as you wick around my flesh and bathe me in your splendor. I was in you the day I was born, and will rest within you after I'm dead. We've never had a fight. Hold on, this is messy. Hey! Okay, we're gonna redo that because Missy, hey, Missy, come over here and stop being rude. That was Missy, and she says she's sorry. Okay, this is called Woahink Lake by Andrew Childers. I've longed to float in your blue waters, to cut through you like the ospreys that soar through the air overhead, feeling your cool embrace as you wick around my flesh and bathe me in your splendor. I was in you the day I was born, and will rest within you after I'm dead. We've never had a fight because you always know what I need. Your comfort is conjured up from a mere thought. So I sit here and think. To make it through the gloom and darkness of the tough times, I will be born again and again until I forever rest in Woahink. Oh, Missy, what'd you think about that? That was beautiful. Thank you, Andrew, for that wonderful imagery of the comfort and the calm and the healing that nature and specifically Woahink can bring. Y'all, if you ever go to Florence, go swim in that lake. It's beautiful. What did you guys think of Andrew's poem? I thought it was fucking beautiful. Okay, this is our last poem. It's by me. It's untitled. If it were June 2014 again, I swear to you I'd ask you to crack a can of seltzer water, walk your walker out to the porch, and talk about life with me. I'd listen to whatever same story you wanted to share and be patient while you stumbled over the words. I'd laugh too hard at the same jokes you used to tell me and brush off some slightly problematic, sexist comment. You'd tell it to me with all the bravado and confidence as you did in 10th grade. I'd ask you what it was like to live life for you in 10th grade, even though I did that whole history report about it in 10th grade. And if it were June 2014 again, I know I can tell you what I wouldn't be doing. I wouldn't be alone atop the bed of your guest room. I wouldn't be typing words into the bright little screen of my iPhone. I wouldn't be feeling sorry for a life you helped me live. I wouldn't be keeping quiet so you'd think I was sleeping. I wouldn't be typing about wanting to die, because if we were going back to June 2014, I would know now what the words sound like on the other end of my iPhone. Granddad died last night. A day before I was to fly to his sun-caked state and tell the man who raised me that I loved him. I wouldn't miss any chance. I wouldn't pass up a cribbage game. I wouldn't pass up a single one. Because if it were June 2014, on the 4th day to be exact, and we had just finished my birthday party you helped throw, I wouldn't pass up a chance to breathe the same air you breathed, even if it were just for one night. And that's the end of our poetry. Thank you everyone for submitting, for being a part of this. This has been so much fun. Week 3, I'm so proud of us. Let's keep going. Week 4, our prompt is going to be Mother Earth. In honor of Earth Day and our connection, maybe reconnection to the earth and our surroundings, Mother Nature. And again, please only take the prompt with a grain of salt. If you are inspired by something else or really feel this urge to write something different, write it. It doesn't have to be the prompt. The prompt is there to help, not to hinder. Love you all. I will see you next week.